Every UFC defeat in Charles Oliveira's career explained. Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira, the record holder for most submissions in UFC history, is one of the most thrilling fighters the Octagon has ever seen. With a career marked by highlight reel finishes and dramatic comebacks, he has also endured tough losses that shaped his journey. Here's a detailed look at every time Oliveira came up short in the UFC, from his first loss to his most recent. 1. Jim Miller, submission loss, UFC 124, 2010. In just his third UFC fight, a young and still developing Oliveira faced veteran grappler Jim Miller. The bout ended quickly when Miller caught Oliveira in a slick knee bar submission in the first round. It was Oliveira's first professional defeat and a harsh reality check in the deep waters of the lightweight division.
Correct technique is to use his right foot and try to kick those legs free, or try to kick the hands free.
2. Donald Cerrone, TKO loss, UFC on vs. 5 2011. Moving forward from his first loss, Oliveira ran into Donald "Cowboy" Cerrone, a seasoned striker with a ruthless finishing instinct. Cerrone overwhelmed Oliveira with a barrage of strikes, stopping him with a first-round TKO. It was Oliveira's first knockout loss and highlighted the need to improve his striking defense.
Well, listen, there's a lot of hype on this kid, and there's a lot of hype on you, and it's deserved, and I can't wait to see you perform.
3. Cub Swanson KO Loss, UFC 152, 2012. Dropping down to featherweight, Oliveira looked to reset his career, but was met by Cub Swanson. In under 3 minutes, Swanson landed a powerful right hand that knocked Oliveira out cold. It was a brutal, clean knockout that emphasized how dangerous the featherweight power punchers could be.
Beautiful job by Cub Swanson.
4. Frankie Edgar, unanimous decision loss, UFC 162, 2013. Against former lightweight champion Frankie Edgar, Oliveira fought hard and showed flashes of brilliance. However, Edgar's pace, wrestling, and experience proved too much across 3 rounds. Although it ended in a unanimous decision loss, the fight showed Oliveira could hang with elite-level competition.
Gonna get a takedown, yeah. Wow.
Frankie, the answer, Edgar.
Nar 5. Max Holloway, TKO via injury, UFC Fight Night 74, 2015. In a highly anticipated bout, Oliveira faced Max Holloway, but the fight ended abruptly due to a freak neck injury Oliveira sustained during a grappling exchange. Holloway was awarded a TKO win, but the unusual nature of the stoppage left questions unanswered about how the fight might have played out.
He's holding something.
Anthony Pettis, submission loss, UFC on Fox 21, 2016. Returning to action against former lightweight champ Anthony Pettis, Oliveira engaged in a competitive and scrappy fight. However, in the 3rd round, he was caught in a tight guillotine choke and forced to tap. The bout marked another high-profile loss against a top-tier opponent with strong jiu-jitsu credentials.
Looking for the submission.
He's got an excellent guillotine. Both legs. Hit it all over!
Tashar 7. Ricardo Llamas, submission loss, Tough Latin America 3 finale 2016. Just 3 months after the Pettis fight, Oliveira stepped in against Ricardo Llamas and again fell to a guillotine choke. After a strong start, Oliveira was caught while attempting a takedown. The back-to-back submission losses prompted Oliveira to move back up to the lightweight division, where his frame and durability were better suited. 8. Paul Felder, TKO loss, UFC 218, 2017. Oliveira's return to lightweight did not begin as hoped. Against Paul Felder, he had early success with grappling, but was eventually overwhelmed by Felder's ground and pound. Brutal elbows in the 2nd round ended the fight, handing Oliveira one of the most physically punishing defeats of his career. 9. Islam Makhachev, submission loss, UFC 280, 2022. Riding an 11-fight win streak and having previously held the belt, Oliveira faced Islam Makhachev for the vacant lightweight title. Makachev dominated the fight with pressure and control, ultimately submitting Oliveira with an arm triangle choke in round 2. It was a decisive loss that marked the end of Oliveira's championship reign. Hazard 10. Arman Tsarukyan, split decision loss, UFC 300, 2025. In a razor-close contest at UFC 300, Oliveira squared off against surging contender Arman Tsarukyan. The fight was competitive, with Oliveira showcasing aggressive jiu-jitsu and striking, but the judges awarded Tsarukyan the split decision. Many fans debated the result, with some feeling Oliveira had done enough to win. Oliveira's UFC loss summary. Total UFC losses: 10 KO/TKO defeats, 4 submission defeats, 3 decision losses, 3. Has Charles Oliveira's time at the top passed, or does Do Bronx have one more title run left in him? Share your take below. Is Oliveira still a threat in the lightweight division, or is the new wave taking over?
Freaky baby.